once again in the class of the course Basic Civil Engineering. So earlier we have seen the role of civil engineer, branches of civil engineering. Today we are going to see about the construction materials or the materials which the civil engineer has to deal with while constructing anything. So I'm Mr. S.S. Sogule, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. So what are the common building construction material? As you might have seen, in any construction work or even at your home also, uh, the shelters rather, the buildings, the dams, the bridges are made up of so many materials. These materials are the stone, brick, then the cement, steel, timber, that is wood, then sand, aggregate, mortar, then roads are of bitumen, then we are using the glass for the so many purpose, then FRP and the composite material. FRP means fiber reinforced polymers or the plastics. Now we'll begin with the stone. So basically, stone is plentifully available in the nature, or uh, with the help of which the man has started the building the machineries. uh, that is, it's among the first thing with the help of which man has started to build the construction. Even we can see so many structures has been built with the help of stone are still in service, or still are there. Like we have the forts which is made up of stones. We have so many bridges which are made up of stone. Even we have so many buildings which are made up of stone. uh, Now the stone is mainly used for the architectural purpose, or the sometimes it may get used in the substructure part of the structure, because it gets costly to build something with the help of stone. So what are the requirements of the stone? So the structure of the stone, that is, what kind of structure or how much strength it has, that is the structure of stone, or how much it uh, can sustain. So we can see the mainly basalt, that is black basalt, a kind of stones has been used in our region, that is Western Maharashtra, for the construction. Uh, we can see even the laterite, that is Zamba, or the what we can say, that is used as a alternative to bricks, which can we can cut that in desired shape, that is most of the times the rectangular shapes or the cuboids, and we can use it as a uh, brick at so many places. It looks rather attractive also. In Konkan region, these things may get, that is laterite, we can call it chira, is preferred in the building construction, because it is available in plenty in Sindhudurga and Ratnagiri region. Then the appearance, the color and texture of the stone, uh, those should be good. The texture should be the plain texture, and the color should be quite uh, good or glossy. In case of the when we are going to use as a flooring material or the kitchen ota, so there we can use the granite or kadappa. So we have to prefer the color and the texture according to the requirements. Then weight, the stone should have a quite heavy weight, so that it can stand or withstand with the, because the weight represents the strength in terms of the stone. So uh, it represents the strength in the stone, so that weight is quite important. Then fineness of the grain and durability of stone, that whether it is durable for the extreme weather conditions. Then the strength, as I told you earlier in the case of structure, that it should have sufficient strength to withstand with the loads coming on the uh, that particular structure, that is most of the times walls or the columns. Then the hardness. Hardness is the property of material to resistance for the scratches. So it should be hard enough to resist all the scratches or all the and abrasion type things on it. And the facility of working and dressing. So how it provide or facilitate for working or chiseling on the particular stone type, that should be taken care of. And in same way, the stones in parts of aggregates that we are going to see further, that is that can be used uh, as an aggregate. The small parts of stone can be used as aggregate. So that is also important. Then types of stone are igneous rock. As I have told you earlier, the basalt is a type of igneous rock. Actually, igneous rock means the rocks that evolve from the lava or magma, which is present in the uh, below the crust of the earth. So the stone formed by these material is called igneous rock. Then the sediment rock. By sedimentation of all material or the materials like debris, etc., the sedimentary rock, and because of the pressure on that particular sedimentation, the sedimentary rock has been formed. Then the metamorphic rock. Uh, the igneous rocks and sedimentary rock get under so many weather actions, like, and it goes under the heat, then the pressure, etc. So because of that, the metamorphic rock has been generated or formed. So these are three types of the stones. Then use of the stones. So the stones are used in hydraulic structures like dams and bridges. If you see earlier dams or the bandaras, those are mainly made up of the stones. Bridges, we have commonly seen the stone bridges in day-to-day life. Then they are used in a retaining wall masonry to retain the soil. So mostly these you can see in Ghat region or Ghat sections, these retaining walls has been uh, built to retain the soil in to prevent it from the falling on the road or to prevent the closing the road. So this is there. Then it can be used as a road metal in road construction, as I told you earlier. They are used as a ballast for a permanent way in railways. So below the railway tracks, you can see the stone that stone chips are there. So these are the used as a ballast in the railways. Then they are used to make a concrete in the form of coarse aggregate. So the bigger size of aggregates uh, are made up of stone. Even now, the crushed sand is also made up by crushing the stones. And we have so many crushers, that stone crushers in our region, that they are preparing the coarse aggregate for the concrete. Then brick. What are the requirements of the brick? The brick, the color of the brick should be red or copper and uniform. So it represents that the brick has been uh, well burnt, and the soil is of soil which is used for the preparing the brick is of good quality, and the texture should be uniform. Then it should be well burnt in the kilns. So brick should be well burnt so that it has a sufficient strength to withstand with the load coming from the structure. The surface should be even and free from the cracks. So the brick surface should be even and it should be free from the cracks. And the edges of the brick should be sharp. So these are the some requirements for the brick. Now, what are the standard sizes? So conventional or traditional brick, as we can see in our day-to-day life, the size of brick is 23 centimeter by 11.4 centimeter by 7.6 centimeter, which is 9 inch by 4.5 inch by 3 inch. So this is the size of the brick which is available in our day-to-day life, that is 9-inch brick. Of course there is a 16 brick, and right now we have so many modifications, and even as per requirement also they are preparing the bricks. And what is the standard or modular size which is in the book or in the code? That is 19 by 9 by 9. So it is 19 centimeter by 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter, which is in the book. We cannot see these kind of bricks. Then bricks are used in wall masonry, as you all familiar with, in the construction of the building. It can be used as brick lintel construction. The lintel is basically the portion which holds the part above the door level, that is top of the door. So in old building you can see these kind of lintel constructions are there. The bats of brick are used in concrete in foundation work. So bats mean the small chips of the brick can be used in concrete in foundation work. So they are durable, they are low cost material because we are uh, using the soil to make it, so they are low cost material. But right now that is not the case. So we are now preferring the um, lightweight bricks, etc., for low cost, as a low cost material. They possesses good strength, then they are easily available. This is also nowadays a problem because of the restriction on the uh, extracting soil from the river beds. Even sand and this brick has the problem nowadays. Bricks are light as in compared to the stone. Now the cement. The Portland cement is extremely ground material having adhesive and cohesive property, which provide a binding medium for a discrete ingredients. So basically cement has been used, or cement is used for a concrete or for the mortar. So what it has, it is a kind of binding material which holds a coarse aggregate and the fine aggregate in case of concrete, and fine aggregate in case of mortar. So it is obtained by burning together in definite proportion a mixture of naturally occurring argillaceous, that is containing alumina such as shale or clay, and calcareous materials such as limestone or chalk materials to particle fusion at high temperature at 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius in kiln. The product obtained on the burning called clinker. The clinker is cooled and ground to the fine powder with addition of 3 to 5% of gypsum. The product form using this is known as cement. So this is the procedure of making the cement. The process of manufacture of cement consists of the grinding of the raw material, mixing them intimately in certain proportion depending upon the purity, as I told you earlier, or we have seen the earlier, and burning them in kiln at a temperature of 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius, at which the temperature of the material sinters and partially fuses into the nodular shaped clinkers. These clinkers are cooled and ground to fine powder in addition to 3 to 5% gypsum. The product is form is Portland cement. The processes are known as a wet and dry processes. So here you can see the procedure, that is we are using this limestone and clay, we are mixing them, that is blending, and we are putting it into the clay, that is in up to 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius. It's then converted to clinker and then we are getting cement. So this is particularly cement. Then what are the types of cement? An ordinary Portland cement, that is rapid hardening cement, then quick setting cement, pozzolana Portland cement, low heat cement, blast furnace cement, white cement, sulfate resisting cement, and colored cement. So basically these are the types. We are using the OPC, that is a rapid Portland cement, or the PPC, that is pozzolana Portland cement. The rapid hardening cement, which hardens rapidly or gain the hard surface rapidly, that is quick setting cement. It is again same as a rapid hardening cement, which sets quickly or hardens quickly. And low heat cement, while hardening, the cement used to produce the heat. So in case of this low heat cement, it produces the less amount of heat. Because of the heat production, we need to cure the cement with the help of the water. So in low heat cement, that curing is not that much necessary. Then blast furnace cement. Uh, when the alloys like aluminum alloys has been formed, the we are using the sand for the furnace. So after casting and so many things, this furnace is available, or this blast furnace is available, so which is of no use. So by grinding that material, we can prepare the cement, which is called as a blast furnace cement. Then the white cement, which is having the white color, so it is called as a white cement, which is used for the finishing work. Then sulfate resisting cement. In nature, uh, the normal cement having a problem of the sulfate attack, which is uh, most of the times present in the environment, having the more sulfate content, and which degrades the ordinary Portland cement, or the concrete made by ordinary Portland cement. So this cement which will help to resist that particular thing, and then hence it is called as a sulfate resistant cement. And the colored cement, as the white cement, it is also the color cement. Then what is the use of cement? It is used for making joints for the drains and pipes. So basically, where we are connecting the pipes, particularly the stone wares or the cement pipes, there it has been used. It is used for prepare the RCC structure of building by reinforcement with cement concrete. So basically, it is used to prepare the cement concrete, which is the mixture of the cement, sand, water, and coarse aggregate. So it is used in construction of building, bridges, tanks, domes, flyovers, dockyards, etc. Actually, the countries like India, the RCC structure has been preferred because they are at low cost, so that's why they preferred. So to prepare that cement concrete, the cement has been used. It is used to prepare cement mortar for building construction works like masonry, plaster, painting, flooring, etc. So for all this work, the mortar has been prepared, and which is mainly used, mainly prepared with the help of cement. And it is used to prepare cement concrete for various construction works. Then steel. Steel is the alloy of iron, which typically a few percent of carbon to improve its strength and the fracture resistance as compared to the iron. So basically, 0.1 to 4% carbon has been mixed with the steel. So as we are increasing the percentage of the carbon, it has improved in the strength and fracture resistance. But at same time, it loses its ductility. So how much we need to increase the carbon content, that is also important. With again with the carbon, the chromium, magnesium, so many things has been mixed with the uh, iron to make a steel. The structural steel is produced by continuous casting and hot rolling for large structural shape plates and steel sheets. So basically, you might have seen the structural steel is present in form of the angles, that is L shape, then the channels, that is C shape, then the eye sections are there, and the pipes and the square pipes are available. So in this form the structural steel is available. The cold form steel is produced by cold forming of the sheet steel into the desired shape. So it is converting steel sheet into the desired shape. That is cold form steel. The fastening products used for a structural connection, including bolts, nuts, and washers. So also they are also made up of steel. Even rivets are also there. They are also made up of steel. Particularly for the connection of steel, these fasteners has been used. Then the reinforcing steel, that is rebars. It is used for the concrete reinforcement, which we can see often. Then miscellaneous products for use in such application as forms and pans. So these are the miscellaneous products as we required. This is all for the today's lecture. In coming lecture we are going to see the remaining construction materials. Thank you.